GM. Let's test the audio. Oh, yeah, we are hot. Hot mic. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in on the recording. We're live. Thanks for all the people who I met over the past couple of days, randomly coming up to me, saying they watched the stream and whatnot. Good stuff. Let's take a look at some charts, some graphs, see what we can see. Good day for BTC. This is not BTC, but what are we up? 4.5%, 4.25%. We'll get to that in a second. I'll start talking about XLU and nobody's here, because I feel like if I talk about crypto at the beginning, people shuffle in 25 minutes from now and they're like, "Oh, what about Solana, bro?" So we'll just wait. That's fine. It's not a big deal. But the thing about this market right now, it certainly feels like the defensive risk-off names are having a lot more fun than anything in crypto. And I think it's good to just be reminded what a breakout should feel like and look like. I'm talking to myself here as somebody who's gone into a bunch of names this year with excellent setups that have just fizzled and gone nowhere. I mean, Stitch Fix is another one that love the chart. Absolutely love the chart. But this should have been cut at 464, and I just wasn't paying attention. So I got to figure out something with that. But for XLU, it's part of like where the market is again with this like defensive posturing. It's got the CapEx stuff. You need utilities to run the data centers. It already had a hot run in 25. It reconsolidated back above the cloud here. Bought some the other day, and this is what you want to see. This is the dream. This is we have a chart pattern. We have a super tight consolidation. We have the cloud. We have trend metrics. Like, it checks all the boxes, and it actually follows through. It doesn't just do nothing. So this is what you want. This is why people use technical analysis right here. You're looking at it. The setup was there. It had a long bias. And the move happened as expected. Now, the next question people inevitably ask is, okay, what's the target? What's the next move? Like, it's not good that we can just sit here and enjoy what happened. We have to further ask, what is next? What is next? What is next? And that's fine. So I hit the primary target of the tiny inverted head and shoulders consolidation down there. Not really what I care too much about. I care more about this stuff, which is the retracement higher, extension higher of the pullback. And we can compare that to BABA, which got hammered today on geopolitical risk. I mean, that's the problem with anything China is, for most people, it's just not worth it. Like, they just don't care. And they don't want to get dinged by random headlines like today, like, oh, BABA's on some government list because of probably AI, whatever. Like, who cares, right? There's so much stuff to trade. Most people are right in thinking, like, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. That's not all international stuff, but there is geopolitical risk on any international name. There just is, right? Iron's another one, similar story. I'd feel a lot more comfortable above 48. But if we're looking at like what XLU could turn into, it would be something like UUU. And UUU also had this inverted head and shoulder breakout, and it's just sort of stuck here in the range. But this is a vanilla cup and handle, right? So the next entry would be 27, 26, something like that, with the target up here. And it's just like XLU. So when you see this stuff over and over and over, multiple years, a decade, right? It's like, okay, you see that, you know what to do. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Great, whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. Just like figuring out what works historically, what doesn't. That's technical analysis for you. Pulled the BABA position yesterday. Yeah. I forget. I pulled it last week to add to Zoom and Wolf. Zoom is another one that, man, I can't be. Look, it's statistically impossible for me to be wrong on every single breakout, right? Like, I can't be that wrong. I can't be that wrong. One of these has to work out, right? So far, I've basically only been wrong on any of these breakout patterns. FDS, DKNG. Thankfully, I cut those in time. This still looks fine. I still love this. I like ads here. I think it looks great. But I could be wrong, right? I love the Anthropic headlines too, because today there was a headline that they might go public this year. And that is probably why Zoom is doing well, is because they hold a bunch of Anthropic. Anthropicals did a raise yesterday, or finalized the raise yesterday, so that helped. But I can't be statistically wrong on everything, right? My problem this year has been I'm focused on these individual names when I should have been focused on the stuff that's, I should have been fishing where the fish are, which is utilities, it is infrastructure. What was the other one? This is not good. I'm already blanking. It's 6 minutes in. I'm already blanking. I forget the name of it. Is it this? No, but this is one that looks good. Real estate. XLE. Duh. XLE is the other one. Still looks great. It's probably too late or late-ish to do anything with this up here, but also defensive posturing. Also finally played out as expected in that it had a setup, it had a breakout, it had a trend. The previous time the setup was in 2024 and it went nowhere. And the other lesson here on XLE is just because it doesn't work out the first time doesn't mean it won't ever work out ever again. It's kind of like Bitcoin, the same thing. It's just the problem with the crypto folks is all they want to do is trade crypto. So they just keep forcing trades, forcing, when there's like nothing to do most of the time when we're chopping around. So the lesson is just wait for the setup, wait for the fat pitch, wait for the fat pitch. Yeah, we'll take a look at Rivian. What's up, Mickey? I got a list from Nuanda, page 56. Oh my God. There's no way. There's just no way that this chart looks good. There's just no way. This can't look good. I expected it to look worse, but it's also not for me. This is a 2018 coin. I can see where you can identify some sort of bottoming attempt here. Like if BTC's up, we can go to BTC finally, but if BTC finds a bottom here on a low time frame, alts can start to do well, but for how long? And where does BTC go? Like if BTC stalls at 70 or 71, alts aren't going to be happy with that. This is an Adam and Eve on BTC. It's this VU. You typically don't see, when you look up these patterns, the cookie cutter textbook example is the V and the U are equal length. They come down to the same spot. And we're like in the weeds on chart patterns now, but for crypto, I almost never see equal double bottom because I'm struggling on TradingView. Even on IBIT, like the low is 35, the current low is 37. So I don't ever see equal lows, which is what the chart patterns would tell you. But this is an Adam and Eve. But the problem is we've had several attempts at Adam and Eve's on the daily, on the 4 hour. Back here we had a bunch of attempts that sort of like rolled over into other things that also then rolled over again. So I'm not super confident that this is going to do anything. And that doesn't really matter. You can still trade it as though it's real. You can trade it at 70 to 71, expecting upside. But I don't think it's time to like jump into every alt down the list here. Rivian. Yeah, we're just gonna free flow it. This is just stream of consciousness charts. Again, another one. My God, this chart looks so good. Another one I cut because it wasn't really moving, and it's done really well. It's done really well. Did I cut it in profit at least? I think so. I think so. Let's look. No, Matt said cut it, so I cut. So I did. Okay. All right. Fine. Fair enough. That's fair. Chart looks great. Chart looks really good on the daily. It just, sizing wise, how patient do you want to be? Would you rather trade larger ETFs that people are paying attention to than random companies like this? I don't know. That's a question for the individual. Yeah, Rivian I caught at this point probably a week and a half ago or a week ago. We'll continue to look at it and watch it, but I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because it's chopped for so long, and it's just been the wrong place to be. It had a great. It's up 26%. I think they had terrible numbers and they were still up, whatever they're up. So there must be a reason behind that, but I don't know. It's tough for me to jump back into this with both arms. Coin is another one. Coin is up a bunch. I think what people really need to do is start putting all of these companies against ETH or against BTC. That's what you need to be doing, because if we put coin against ETH over the past, let's do it like this. Let's do ETH over coin. Like if they are honest with themselves, there are periods of time when ETH does better or coin does better. Is that the right ticker? I was looking at this earlier, it looked different. There are periods of time when one of these might do better than the other. And right now, it looks like ETH is teasing a breakout against coin. Previously, this is why it was coin against ETH. To me, these are effectively the same thing. Coin did really good 23 to 25. And people are like looking at ETH, seeing what happened from 20 to 25 or 20 to 26, and it went nowhere. Meanwhile, you could have traded coin. You could have traded coin, and you would have been up on the ratio 100%. Like, let's just call it, it was 200% max, but let's say you could capture 100% of that ratio, right? So people today, this is why I'm bringing this up, people asking me about crypto equities and asking me about coin. Does this look like coin is bullish against ETH here? Not to me. So I would always compare this at least to BTC and ETH, and against ETH or against BTC, coin has done nothing since 2022. It's just been a massive range. That's why I think it makes more sense to compare to ETH than BTC. Because it's basically, it's an altcoin exchange. You know, that's effectively what it is now. They don't really focus, or aren't focused as much on BTC. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. We used to play COD. I sort of remember, Ollie. I sort of remember. Sort of. Rivian isn't revving. Rivian isn't revving as much as it's just like retracing the madness. UEC. So yeah, I would always measure anything crypto equity. I would measure it against ETH, measure it against BTC. You may be surprised at what you see there. The uranium stuff, similar to UUU, like this could be a cup and handle. What does URA look like? URA, same thing, cup and handle. I like it higher. Doesn't look terrible. Looks okay. URNM. What about what's the other one? I have it on my list somewhere here. Nukes. Nukes looks okay. Cup and handle. NNE, no. Oklo, no. No. Another one that people ask me a lot about. Somebody kept asking me, actually a couple of people asked me about quantum. Let me pull up the old quantum list. I think those are down. Those are down a bunch too. I think the ETF, QTUM, looks fine. I don't see an entry here, but trend-wise it's okay. Yeah, Rigetti, like all of these. Rigetti, Oklo. Oklo's not quantum, but it looks just like Oklo. They're trend bearish. They may be trying the bottom. but these have not done well, obviously, since October. So it kind of follows crypto. If we look at Rigetti on the 4-hour, similar to crypto, you can see a little Adam and Eve action or double bottom action trying there. But I do not see anything bullish on any of these charts at the moment. ARK looks like a mega head and shoulders to me, doesn't it? Right? Am I crazy? Head and shoulders? Even if that doesn't break down, not for me. I don't see a coil there. FCG, First Trust Natural Gas. Yeah, just like XLE, looks very similar. Those look good. CVX was another one. Still looks good. Late, but again, we talked about this. Some other consumer staple stuff. It's CAG, XLP, XLP. It's just funny. It's just so funny how people like pile into stuff. Regardless of the value investors will say, "Oh, tech's overvalued, whatever, blah blah blah," and then you'll still have people piling into some overvalued consumer staple just because it's defensive or just because it has a dividend. SCHD still looks great. This is the Schwab U.S. dividend ETF. I think the next trade I think it's going to be bonds. I think it's going to be bonds. We are setting up for that. And look at this chart. It looks really good. And we've talked about bonds for months at this point. Just, it looks like a trade that's trying to happen. U2 also right there. This is the 2-year Treasury note ETF. To me, it looks very good. This is just a ginormous ascending triangle. And is this stuff like sexy or flashy or exciting? No. But it is a setup. It is a trade. You can choose to participate or not. This is what 2% move. 2% move. Got to really size that up, huh? But it's something to do. Plus dividend. Yeah, chemicals and infra. I was deranged. You're right. See, Ollie and I go way back. Apparently, I don't remember as well as Ollie, but yes. CC. Yeah, the chemical stuff. Dow. Yeah, looks very good. I love the puke. I love the multi-month, multi-year parabolic puke. Right. I love the W at the end of that. This is something to watch for on Sol. That's one of the reasons it's just like, look at everything, see what you see. You just never know when there's some knowledge that you acquire looking at something else that you can use for something like Solana or crypto, whatever. But yeah, most of crypto has this Adam and Eve characteristic to it. Bears want this to fail at the horizontal, which for Sol would be 88, BTC 70, ETH, it would be 2100. But I don't think the upside is massive per se. It's a trade. Again, it depends. Time frame, preference. It's also the weekend. That may matter. MON. What is MON? Mining and exploration. Looks super thinly traded. Not for me. Dow, though. Dow Chemical looks in range of TP, take profit zone. The mRNA, how's that doing? Trying to struggle back. Told you about Gurn last week. Pergar. Yeah, I mean, people have been... The only reason I know anything about Gurn is because somebody told me about it months ago, right? So it's not just you, but yeah. Iron Cipher. Yeah, well, let's look at the miners here. So coins wise, you're probably just going to see double bottom attempts across the board. There certainly probably is not any trend bullishness here. Hype, oh man, I would love it. I would love it if hype head and shoulders here and just breaks down. Man, there would be so many angry people. There would be so many angry people. Looks like it's trying though. It's trying to head and shoulders. That's why I just don't care until it's above the cloud. So that's not even trend bullish. AVAX, 88, and all of these are just, no, you know, you can literally look at these once a week and just go to sleep and do something else. To me, these are not tradable. Just dead. Dead until BTC can find a bid. All the same chart. They're literally all the same chart. There's just nothing to do here trend-wise. And you could have tried to pick the bottom and been a hero at any point, and you've been wrong. So you can try to pick the bottom here, but why? There's plenty of other stuff that's working, you know. So I don't see anything across the board until BTC picks up on the crypto side. Thus concludes the crypto conversation for this stream. WGMI, it still looks like it's trying to like make this nasty inverted head and shoulders, which would be a bullish reversal. I have an alert here at 48. If we can get above 48, that's good for the miners here. IREN, you know, it's in some uncomfortable territory, but I have faith. Wolf still looks good as an entry to me. I like it. I like highs. I like buying highs and selling higher. I think this looks great. Bitfarms is a nope from me, dog. Bear territory. You know, it looks like the quantum names. It looks exactly the same. I like this. Like, let's talk about it in June. I wish I could put an alert on a day. But June 1st. You know, let's see what it looks like on June 1st. Cores actually looks good here. I did think about an entry on cores. It is messy, but it also has this inverted head and shoulders, cup and handle. You know, it's not perfect. It's not straightforward. It's not super clean, but it does have this. It's an option, but I like it over Bitfarms, CleanSpark. Again, like, what is this? What is this, bro? What is this? This looks hideous. It's done nothing for years. Years. No. BitDeer. No. No man's land. No man's land. Hut. It kind of looks like the uranium charts, doesn't it? Like a little cup and handle action. I don't know. I'm not super convicted enough to take a position there. Hive, no. Cypher's kind of hanging out. I like it slightly higher. I got some alerts up there. Riot, no. Also junk. BT, no. Mara, no. Oh god, no. It's basically BTC. So what's working in miner land? IREN not really working great here, but I still like the chart. Wolf looks good. Cores looks good. Cypher okay. Hut okay. So if I had to pick anything for an entry, Cores would be the one for me. CORZ. What was somebody just asking about? I don't remember. ZRO. Layer 0. Yeah. You tell me. What do you think I'm going to say about that one? Nah. Not trending. Not trending. Coin is a crypto ETF. I mean, the honest answer is it doesn't matter what anything is. If I see a signal on coin against hood, right? Coin against hood. Do you want to know where your money should have been looking at this chart at any point since 2024? It's not coin. It's not coin. This is strictly worse than hood since 2024. That's why it's important to like slightly broaden the aperture and say, okay, what are the like companies here that you know, you might like crypto, you might like Coinbase, you might like Brian Armstrong, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But always, 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 you want to be comparing on stuff like this because if it's obvious, then it should be easy. If it's not obvious, fine. Like if it's chop, whatever. But if it's super obvious, there's your answer. Your answer is not coin, and it might not be coin this time either. Or you know, you can do coin against MSTR. If I can get it correct here. Not super obvious, but does favor coin. It's just, you know, if you look at 5 things max, and you should be able to tell which one's the winner, right? It's and it certainly wasn't MSTR. If we do hood against MSTR, like it's been obvious, right? And this is people telling you MSTR is going to go to infinity and BTC is going to go to 1,000,000. Fine, like that hasn't been the place to be. It just hasn't been the place to be, and it's been obvious. It's been no question. It's been hood, right? No question. What's up, Nawanda? Link ETH. Link ETH. I got nothing. Doesn't favor Link. It just looks like multi-year chop. No glow. It's not coming up for me. Is that a ticker? Chances of BTC bouncing to 80K before a deeper... I mean, it depends what we do at 70. What do we do at 70 is the question. Do we get there and stall out? Do we get there and get smacked down? If we are able to actually do something at 70, sure. But if we can't break out of 70 and we get knocked down again like we did at... we got knocked down at 94, 95. That's what you don't want to see if you think we're going to 80. I think 80 is probably going to be a lot to ask for. If we go, let's just go to a different... What does this actually measure to? Yeah, I think 80 is feasible. 80 is feasible here if we break out. BGS, CGW, CAG. Again, not a lot of crypto questions here. Probably because I shut them all down in the open, but not a lot of people asking about crypto stuff. BGS. Yeah. Like it. Definitely like it. You can't AI yourself into a chicken sandwich, you know what I mean? CGW. Water Index ETF. Okay. Is that an all-time high? I think it is. I mean, again, like it's utility. Is that defensive? Is that relative value? Is that just AI fears? It probably everything. It looks good. Looks real good. Probably a little late on an entry, but it looks good. KC. Kingsoft Cloud Holdings. Just kind of chopping around. Is this Archer's Daniel? Yes, dude. I just like the double hyphen on the name. I keep looking at this randomly. It looks good. Still looks good. I didn't buy any, but I should have. It looks good. Like Moo. What does Moo look like? Parabolic. Just parabolic. This is the agribusiness. Again, you can't AI yourself into a bale of hay or some beef, right? Too late. Too late on that one, but man, what a setup. What a setup. What a setup. Under Armour. Nah, not quite. Not quite on that one. I think it needs some time. Nextra, yeah. Anything energy is hot. Anything oil and gas is hot. What is this a ETF? Yeah. OIH, the oil services ETF. Looks good. That's the weekly. None of this stuff is going to blow your hair back with the returns, but it's going up instead of down. FTNT. Nah. Not a fan of that one. Wolf is in this wolf or the other wolf? Probably the other wolf, WULF. And we were talking about it. I think it looks great. I love highs. I love breakouts, personally. Yeah, crypto's boring for a while now. I agree. That's why people shouldn't be trading it, in my opinion. But what does my opinion matter? It matters not. It matters not. All these tickers. I've never even heard of ETN. That's another one I probably should have picked up at some point. Even still, it looks good here. I like the rising neckline. I like the all-time high. It looks good. I don't know where I would buy it though. It looks good. I like it. Let me just make a note for myself on the sheet. LYB was the other one a lot of people were asking me about over the past couple weeks. Also looks good with the breakout. So there's lots of options. What's up, Ted? Lots of options that aren't crypto. Absolutely. CP. That's a problematic ticker, no? CP. Is this transport? Probably, right? Crazy consolidation here since 2020. If it can break out, I guess. It's a good move the past 2 weeks. What is it? CSX? Was that it? Yeah, CSX also. Late, but we talked about this at least 2 weeks ago. Somebody asked me. Looking good. Looking good. Boring and looking good. Umish. I don't know. MIC. Umicore. Yeah. See, the good people out there, they know what I like. Although this is a little thinly traded. I like the weekly, though. I like the weekly. Probably like ETN better. KMLM. Now that I'm bouncing around. Crane shares, Mount Lucas, managed futures index trend. Probably not now. How do you guys find this stuff? What are you looking at? This was one I bought this week that somebody was talking about. Again, real estate investment trust is what I assume this is. I don't need to know. I don't really care. But huge consolidation, tight triangle. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Stop loss at like 488. XHB, the Homebuilders ETF, continues to just chug along. Looks good. Cup and handle. Looks good. Toll Brothers. That's almost an all-time high, I believe. Yeah. Looks good. Looks good. Not exciting. Not tech. Not like insane growth, but it does look good. NHYDY. Norsk Hydro. This must be an international fella. Or gal. If you're trading this on like the yearly, I don't know. It's a mess. It's moved up a lot. You got to tell me about this. Where were you in July? Tip me off in July at the Norsk Hydro ASA. But it's done well, obviously. P6. Yeah, power. How's GE Vernova doing? It's a breakout, right? GEV at an all-time high yesterday. Still looks good. I mean, it's late. It's late. It looks good. Circle. Uh-oh. Circle. Again, like, all I want to do is trade crypto. All I want to do is focus on crypto. However, there are times to do that and times not to. I know people are just asking to ask about whatever, but I don't see anything here. Now, if you want to be an event-driven catalyst trader and you think we're getting close to passing some bill for the stablecoins, you could say, all right, I'm going to buy a bunch of calls around whatever date for the next 3 to 6 months because this blah, blah, blah might happen and there's going to be probably a huge move on the day, right? I don't do well trading events, so I just don't play around with that stuff. But that's one way to think about this too. If you're bullish on the possibility that we get a stablecoin bill and you're bullish on the timing, then you could play it with options. It's starting to look good relative to ETH, surprisingly. What about, yeah, even against coin? I just think it's such a crapshoot on what the bill's going to be, when it's going to be passed. There's definitely going to be a reaction on Circle when the bill passes or doesn't pass or whatever. I don't see a setup there. Backed, somebody was asking me about. I got nothing for you on backed. Huge gross range. Yeah, LLY, this one just hanging out there. Hanging out there at all-time highs. I think with these that have done well, it's like Nvidia too. You probably have to mentally assess what the probability of some sort of disruption to the business model that has allowed them to do so well. I think with biotech, it's probably higher of a chance that, so like the GLP-1s or whatever, there's probably a higher chance that LLY has some sort of disruptive event where there's a generic or there's whatever, blah, blah, blah. But clearly they've been the winner and the technicals have played out very well. But that's what would worry me here. Just that it's done so well for a long time, and now you have people coming in, all sorts of businesses coming in trying to take rev share, right, or take market share from LLY. But the chart's the chart, and you do have a tight consolidation there, so it does look pretty good on a breakout, especially. Yeah, South Korea. A lot of the international stuff has just been crushing it, just absolutely crushing it. It's to me, it's way too late to get into this, but it's up what 100% since, yeah, over 120% since June. Not exactly for me, but it looks good. Cat's another one that's just, yeah. Like, what do you do with this? It's like silver at 100, right? Probably not someplace you want to like enter a position. That's my feeling on those. Silver does have still this inverted head and shoulders possibility. So maybe there's something to do. At like 83.5. That's a pretty big percentage-wise. It's a big pattern. Multi-day. Gold. You could argue ascending triangle, but I don't know. I just feel like there's better things to do. The reason you trade silver at 83 would just be because of the world looking at it. Like, everybody's watching silver. Nobody isn't watching silver. So if it does start to break out, there's an argument that you're going to see some explosive continuation. SWBI. Smith & Wesson. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's had that rounded bottom, inverted head and shoulders. Doesn't look bad. I don't love the constant up, down, up, down, up, down. Just a lot of chop. Does look good though. What's up, Mo? Gurn, EMPH. Yeah, EMPH I probably need to close. Yeah. You're not going to have a fractal here, but I didn't want to fill this gap on the downside. That's not great because it was up like 30% or something on that day, and then it just kind of died. So either you're trading this on a low time frame, or you're just holding it. Tough. I would have loved this to just consolidate between, I don't know, 45 and 55, but it has broken down a little bit. You can add the alert on the date by adding a trend line. Oh, see, that's why you smart people are here, to tell me stuff like this. Why are you still long? I don't know what you're talking about, Kyle. Yeah, let's look at the rest of this list. So EMPH, is it an entry? Is it an exit? It's tough when you get those huge moves and then it just stops. Tough. You know, do you take the quick win? It's also in the hot sector of energy. It's also like a junk company, technically, theoretically. What is FCell doing? Yeah, nothing. It's tough. NVAX. Yeah, I don't have anything for you there. Just still consolidating. I'll set an alert at that horizontal. Fury gold mines. Yeah. I'm probably not ever going to trade an individual miner outside of WPM, but I feel like the gold trade, it's like Eli Lilly. It just feels a little like time to do something else with the majority of your money. Feels a little late. Not that it can't keep going, not that it can't triple from here. Just feels, the risk reward feels diminished. We'll put it like that. Elva? Nah, I don't see anything on that one. Are these must be Biotech, right? I got nothing for you there either. 7453. What's this one? Honen Kyaku. Yeah, it's trying to break out. How's our friends at Metaplanet? How are they doing? Not great, turns out. Not great. AMRC. Yeah, trying to break out. But again, in my head, it's like this or... What did I like? This or ETN, this or ADM, this or Wolf. I don't know. Like, this just... Other stuff just looks better. What's up, Golsh? Doc N is doing well. Nice. Another random chart that somebody tossed to me in the chat that is AI related, I guess, but it had this multi-year consolidation breaking out. I should probably set alerts at 81. Way late to jump in here, but doing what it should be doing at the horizontal resistance and breaking up. So that's good. XLV. Yeah, this is, I'm guessing Lilly. Let me just look. I'm guessing Eli Lilly is a top holding, just based on how this looks. Yeah. How good am I, chat? How good am I? How good am I? Top 10 holdings. Lilly, J&J, AbbVie, Merck, UNH, etc., etc., etc. But just because the charts look the same. So to protect yourself, and this is the argument for ETFs like this, to protect yourself from some idiosyncratic, independent risk of Eli Lilly, you could trade this. Now you don't. The detractors would say, well, Eli Lilly is still 15% of this ETF, so you're going to feel it in this ETF if Eli Lilly goes down, and that's true. Yeah, it looks great, this ETF. Nice little like cup and handle situation. Looks really good. And based on how I've been trading this year, I probably need more of this type thing and less of the individual names. I just keep getting dinged. But it looks good. Looks very, very good. Beam. I feel like someone asks me about this every week. I got nothing. Just ranging. Oh, he was joking about Noklo? It was a bad joke. No, no, no. Oh, okay. But that's the tough part. People are like, again, we can go to Hood. And we had talked about Hood in 24 and 20. Like, we had talked about Hood way before it did anything. Not that it matters, but again, like people make money on something and they just assume like that they're going to shake the money tree again and it's going to work out. But it's just not the place to be, right? Like it had the head and shoulders that broke down. Just nothing here. Just it's in no man's land. And that's that. The same thing with Palantir. I think Palantir, yeah, Palantir made millionaires and billionaires, but it is not the place to be anymore, But that's where people trap themselves. They're like, okay, people made a ton of money on silver, so I'm gonna keep trying. But it just, just is what it is. Like this is the chart. It's down. Nothing to do. Yeah, we looked at ETN. I think ETN looks great. UUU to me also looks fine. I was saying probably cup and handle, hopefully. Anything that looks like this, I always like either nibbling at any price or adding, doubling down, opening at highs. Yeah, we looked at Circle. Boeing, probably doing okay. Yeah, it's doing okay. What is the... oh, that's a crazy consolidation. So Boeing hasn't recovered post-COVID. KRE has recovered post-SVB. I don't love KRE here, but it looks fine. What about Jets, which is the... So Jets has recovered. I don't really think there's a trade or setup there. Was it UAL that had the... Yeah, even this, like, it just didn't go anywhere. United, and this was set up nicely. So, not a good sign for Boeing if the other stuff hasn't moved. Yeah, Oklo. Again, it's like, retail makes money on these names. These like crazy, hyper growth, no revenue names, and then they give it all back and then some, trying to like squeeze blood from a stone over and over and over again. No, I did not do Monad, and I doubt it looks good, so I won't look at it. How about that? UHS. Weekly cup and handle on that. Yeah, healthcare is good. Biotech has some names. Should probably look at the Nwanda list here in a second. XP. I love the energy in the stream. People just coming in, just throwing tickers at me, because I haven't seen any of these. ADI. And you can of course have a screener for this, but to actually like physically go through them, it does something for me that's different than a screener. This is great. Great chart. No entry. I got nothing here. Target's probably, you're close to the target range on this. Not an entry, but looks amazing. Looks amazing. HUN. Huntsman. I feel like we looked at this a few weeks ago. Looks good. Again, like what's the entry? Looks a little late. Like you want to get this at 10, 11. Similar to Moo. Again, I keep kicking myself. Missing this Moo chart at 75. It's like REMX before it broke out. REMX here Nobody's asked me about it today, but I closed it the other day. The remainder I had. Just I feel like at this point it's hit the targets in the near term that I personally expect it to hit. So I don't really see anything else to do there at the moment. UPS. Yeah, again, looks great. Was an entry at 198. Look at that puke. Huge puke on UPS. Huge. Just like mega puke. Looks good. So yeah, I wish I was holding it. I'm not. CLX. Chemicals, Clorox, yeah. Similar to Dow. Looks good. You know, maybe I just bite the bullet on all these that have pulled up and just start buying. Just start dollar cost averaging into like a pile of 5 of them. They all look good. HSY. Hershey's. Oh man. I don't think I could buy this, but it looks good. Consumer staple-ish, right? KO is also doing really well. We talked about this one before the breakout. Didn't buy it. Didn't buy it. It's always the one you don't buy, you know? KVU. Yeah, there you go. There's a nice little breakout, little break-a-rooney. I don't hate it. What is CanView? Is it consumer discretionary? I don't know. I don't actually know. Nail Homebuilders. Wait, hold on. 3x Homebuilders? See, the legacy people, they get all the fun. Where's our 3x BTC product? Where's our 3x MSTR product? I don't hate it. I don't hate it, especially if you think XHB is going into price discovery. I would trade the leveraged chart relative to this chart. So I like the leveraged ETFs when you have momentum on the spot side or the non-leveraged. But yeah, why not? I had no idea that existed. That's hilarious. Hiko. Hiko? It's not coming up. Sorry. XP. Tight consolidation there. I like it at highs. It's just you don't want to get stuck in this multi-month chop. UPS we looked at. Yeah, again, energy, oil, ConocoPhillips probably looks amazing. Yeah. Looks good. I mean, you can't go wrong. That's why XLE is just like the safe, or was the safe bet. CCK. What is CCK? Crown. Yeah, I guess. This isn't a regional bank, is it? Kind of looks like the regional banks. UPS, SWBI we looked at. Colgate. Oh, I kept saying, why are you still on? Was I talking to myself? CL. Please verify your personal information. Get out of here. Get out of here. What is this? What is this virus trap I got myself into? I don't want to click this and docs whatever information is about to show. So I'm just gonna close that out. Let's open up something else. I think it's because it wants to. Damn it! Is it really gonna do this? All right. Who we got? Martin, K.N. Martin. He wasn't even asking about oil futures. He was asking about Colgate. Unbelievable, dude. All right, let me try to not dox myself on another screen. Oh yeah, that's a full dox. So good thing we didn't do that. Why does it do that? It won't let me. It literally will not let me close it. That's too funny. I think the stream just might be over. You occasionally mention Ben Cowan. Am I subscribed to his premium content? I am not. What about Solana? I called it. I called it at like minute 3. You know, we waited on Solana, and then somebody comes in 50 minutes in asking about Solana. All of crypto looks like a double bottom attempt right now. So 88 would be a level I'm looking for. Yeah, DKNG is dead to me. Monad, better late than never. XP, we looked at XP, FRMI. I literally bricked my trading view. I don't know how to get out of this. If I do it like this is like, it's literally hell. It's forcing me to add a bunch of information. Wow. This is fun. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about that. But the stream's over, unfortunately. What's up, Dave? LO, SFix. Yeah, SFix is in trouble past the stop loss there. I gotta close that out. DG, Gold, MSTU, KVU, J&G's Tylenol. Ah, okay. So it's consumer staple-ish. Moo, you posted and I didn't act. Yeah. It was a virus on Colgate. It was. Have you considered our Lord and Savior? Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior? Can I launch it from the desktop app? If I had the desktop app, I could. Do auth, then I figured I could do the auth, but it's literally asking me 30 questions because it's like, who are you? What's your occupation? Where do you live? I can't. There's literally nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. So I gotta like figure that out. And anytime I pull up any, I can't click out of it. Like there's nothing I can do. Can I do this? Oh wait, hold on. Yep. Okay, we're back. We're back. Just randomly clicking around. We hacked the matrix, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that would have been, would have had to move. I would have had to go into witness protection. My whole little address and everything was on there. My date of birth, everything. All right, let's go through this list real quick. We got no time. WY. It gets a 6 out of 10. Trying to break out, looks okay. This is Commodities, Agriculture, CTVA at all-time highs. Also, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Wheat Fund ETV. I love this because it's obvious. It hasn't broken out yet. Huge channel. I know Jason Shapiro was talking about sugar. Everybody's crowded in sugar on the short side. GSM. That is a chart pattern right there. We'll put an alert at 6, but I don't think there's anything to do now. KOS. We'll give this, yeah, 8 out of 10. Nice little breakout. Again, like this parabolic puke, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be in any sector. Years of down, parabolic puke, breaking up. I like it. SHW, the paint company, Sherwin-Williams. Looks good. Trying to break up. I like it. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 on Sherwin-Williams. Packaging Corporation of America. Late, Nwanda. You're late. This looks really good. Again, it's probably consumer staple-ish, I'd imagine. More than consumer discretionary. SSL. Yeah, we talked about this. I love how this looks. I just don't know what to do with it. Because didn't I say rising wedge last week? I don't know. Silvamo. What is that candle? Oh, God. Again, same thing. It years of down followed by some up. SYRE Biotech. Good breakout today. I don't know. 5 out of 10? Kenview we looked at, right? Yeah, yeah. Ooh, what is this? ALXO Oncology. I love that. Love that pattern. You can see that from outer space. It go, you know, if you're orbiting Earth, it goes Great Wall of China and this pattern. You know, you can see that up there. Let me just make a note to look at this later. I like it. I like it. BIIB again. Breaking up. Looks good. 7 out of 10. Nail. You had Nail on here too? You guys been sandbagging me on a 3x Homebuilders ETF? I had no idea. That's so funny. That's so funny. The problem with the leveraged ETFs is the fees and the volatility drag. If you're holding this when it either isn't moving or is going against you, you just get brutalized, right? Like there's no safety. So it's really only when momentum is on your side. BJ's Wholesale Club, yeah. Looks good. Good breakout. AAP, I don't like that as much. Ford, slow mover. Probably better money elsewhere. VNet. It's tough because if it's post breakout, how far do you give it to give you an entry? You know what I mean? Like the Korea ETF, it's just late. That's my issue. Like, yeah, it looks good, but it's late. Iridium, good breakout there. AMT, good move. A little late again. Like, how much is too much? The problem is a lot of these like come up on a screener after the move, right? So you got to like dial in a screener that would catch this pre-move, but collectively telecom is moving up. BCE, that's pre-move. What is a telecom ETF? That's homework for somebody to let me know in the comments to look that up. Lastly, transportation, ASC. Yeah. Little pattern there. Slow mover, not exciting. I'm gonna have to leave it there. What's the take profit on Doc N? I thought I said 81, no? At least that's what the fibs. I mean, it's never a random number for me. It's always just based on the depth of the pattern. 81 to 115. Oh man, yeah, dude, I'm so complacent. I'm not looking at Monad. Let's take a look. We'll do it just for this guy. It's up 20% on the day. Not for me. See, was that hard? Crypto does not move individually. There will be any day when any coin is up 50%. But in my opinion, that is not the time to trade crypto. You want to trade crypto when everybody's at the party, everybody's in the pool, they're having a good time, they're like 3, 4, 6 beers deep. Okay, that's when you want to trade crypto. We don't need to like guess, right? Everybody's having fun. Everybody's having fun. Money's moving around. People are on the high dive. But now, nobody's at the pool. The pool's closed. People are home. The pool's frozen. The pipe's frozen. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing here. That's why again, I want to trade crypto. That's all I want to do. But there's just nothing going on, man. XLC, Nwanda. All right, last one. Last one. XLC, womp womp. Doesn't look good at all, actually, unfortunately. I take it all back. I take back everything I said about communication services. Nwanda's been watching Nail for months. Hasn't said anything. This guy. He gives me a list every week. Hasn't said anything about Nail. ONCI. All right, last encore chart here. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing on this one. High time frame, inverted head and shoulders, but nothing for me here at the moment. So yeah, same story, different week. Crypto, just not the place to be. There's some low time frame stuff on the 4 hour for most things here. Pretty obvious levels, any horizontal. I would personally stick to the top 3, maybe top 5 coins. Like, do you really need more than whatever Solana's going to give you? I mean, really? Like, let's be honest here, you know? All right, that's all I got for this one. My favorite chart of the stream, it was probably ETN. ETN or XLV. Probably XLV, just because I'm not going to get in trouble on some random nonsense. XLV looks good. All right, take care, ladies and germs. Have a good one. Bye-bye.